Welcome to another episode of Netball Chat with Samm
and Zac.
So
Round 14.
Round 14. And here we are. So
what a blast.
The finals have
been announced.
So we've got Lightning, Swifts,
Vixens, Pies.
The Pies are back in the finals.
And then the Swifts.
The Swifties.
Yeah. So, do we have to get that little spot ready there on the back?
No, 250. They have to make the GF.
Yeah.
And 250 subscribers. So better click like, subscribe, get your friends on. Otherwise, the Joe Hart and chat because the Swifts made the finals. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No, it doesn't. And the Giants were sitting sort of even.
Alright, so first game of the weekend was the Giants v Fever. And look, if the Giants had gone into that game, taken all 4 bonus points, it would have been like, done deal. Giants win, Magpies, no chance of winning.
Yeah, they needed the bonus points. Yeah.
That wasn't the situation. So the Fever managed to draw the first quarter and then win the last quarter.
Yep.
It swung the door open for...
for the Pies to slip on in. Kimmy Green, legend of the game. That's it for her. Yep.
It is. She didn't know she was playing her last game. And because there was a bit of like fanfare before the game because it was like, possibly their last home game. So last time Kim plays in Sydney. The commentators even mentioned that maybe that rattled the Giants a little bit in the first quarter because they tied the first quarter and not kind of just go out there and dominate like they should have done. Baby Samara's got something to say, obviously.
So Courtney Bruce.
Courtney Bruce was out, so she didn't get to play.
No, another game on the bench.
Olivia Lewis had a friggin' good game on Caitlin Bassett. Caitlin Bassett won MVP. Jamie Lee Price played an absolutely bonkers game.
She had a good game.
She came out to win. Her and Kim Green, actually. Kim Green probably should have got MVP.
The Green Machine.
Didn't. Parmenter, as always. Yeah. That mid-court was woman domination. And that was the massive difference for that game because I think Fever tried to change things up a bit. They brought Teague Neal into wing attack at one stage, but just couldn't find the right mid-court to a good team.
And it was England's first 50th game.
So I guess the question is a couple of things. So Fever, last year's grand finalists, this year's almost wooden spooners. Was the difference Nat Medhurst? Because
why are you posing this question? I posed this question weeks ago. I continue to pose this question because I honestly believe, and if you look at that Magpies game on the weekend that Nat Medhurst played, without a doubt, Nat Medhurst. It wasn't Janelle that brought the Flavor Flavs.
Yeah.
It was Nat.
One player shouldn't make a team, but when you look at the Fever, it seems like one player makes a team.
So she actually impacts Janelle's game.
Yeah.
So I don't think we could say one player.
I don't think Janelle was as dominant this season because remember last time it was her first season in the Suncorp Super Netball.
Yeah.
I think defenders are like, gosh, how do we defend her? This season, that's changed. They know how to defend her a bit more.
Yeah.
But also, the feeds aren't dropping in as well as they did last season.
Like for Nat's stats, when we look back on last year,
we always said she was the third feeder.
Yes, we did.
So, the other controversy, I think, from this game is, if we flash back to when last time the Giants played the Fever, this was the drawn game where there was that kerfuffle with the time and the umpire's watch and the timing.
Oh, yeah?
Because the umpire blew the whistle at the end of the game prior to the buzzer on the stadium. And that meant that instead of the Giants winning, the Giants drew with the Fever. But those points now mean Giants missed out on finals.
Yes.
So
That's correct, yeah.
So,
oh my gosh.
So that's the controversy.
That
So
is a controversy.
I guess if there's ever a need for the fact that, you know, Suncorp Super Netball needs this review panel or to look
that's
at
what
what's
Liz
going-
Ellis is really pushing for. Liz
Yeah.
Ellis is really pushing for a review panel.
and to really up the ante of the professionalism of the sport,
Yeah.
then that's a major factor because a team has now missed out on finals because of that moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, you could say the Giants needed to play better this week. They could have played better in other games. But at the end of the day, like, it's that mishap that has forced them out of the finals.
All right, let's move on to game 2.
And this was also in Sydney. Swifties v Firebirds, and the Swifties getting up by 1 goal.
Oh, okay.
64-63.
So if you don't have time to watch a full game, you don't have to watch a full game. Just watch the last quarter of this game because it was amazing.
Intense.
It
So
was
intense.
the last 3.5 minutes, actually.
Yeah. But like her miss and net points were like insane. Best wing attack of the week. Yeah. Dee Dee's little flicks to Bloomin' Gretel.
Gretel.
Gretel like throws it to Dee Dee and then she flicks it and then Gretel's under the post. Unbelievable.
And a couple of big long bombs, Home
Oh,
Alone,
yes,
to Dee Dee.
Home Alones.
And how
Before
about
it
Dee Dee
happens.
doing Gretel?
I know the layups.
Doing the layup.
They were good too.
She was having a great old
I
time.
had a field day out there.
Yeah, so poor old Helen Elsby.
Helen Elsby. But she's back.
She's back, but she was...
She's had a few weeks off.
Yeah,
You gotta relax.
so she came on and then she went back off and then she came back on again in the end to try and make an impact to get them over the edge.
In saying that, Sophie Garvin was playing pretty good too as the impact player.
Yeah, she played really well. And Clow was in GD and came on.
Yes, Clow was in GD and came off. But speaking of umpires, the Swifts defenders, Clow and Rory, were getting hammered down that one end with the umpire. And because it was just like whistle, whistle, whistle,
but
whistle,
we were
whistle,
also
whistle,
getting
whistle.
hammered as well when we were down that end because
Yeah.
Rosalie said so many times, and the commentators also said, you've got to be in play. You can't be out of play because it's impacting the game.
I really think the Swifts have been trialling a couple of things in these past few weeks. And I know they've had a few losses and stuff, but we've seen Rory in a couple of different positions. We saw Maddie Turner this week in wing defence, you know, and we saw Clow in goal defence.
Yeah.
So I really think they've been trialling just a couple of different things just to, you know, keep it fresh, keep it interesting.
And especially since their team has actually been hit with a lot of injuries. But they've still managed to be consistent even when they've suffered injury loss. So I take my hats off to Ryan Agle because I think they have prepared themselves for finals
Like, look out.
really well. Because they've got a whole heap of combinations that are all as strong as each other. And you know, it's hard for me to say this, but I think Swifties are looking good.
Here we go, Joe Hutton's tat. I'm excited. I'm on the bandwagon. And finally you're on.
You're going to be wearing your Where's Wally gear for the Swifties.
Where's the final though? Is it in Sydney or is it in Sunny Coast?
Well, fingers crossed it's up here.
So, Lightning v Thunder on the Sunny Coast, and the Lightning did what they needed to do. But it wasn't all the Lightning's way. It was all the Thunder got up in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Then it was annihilation central by the Lightning.
Shamira does what she does best. She's like really consistent.
Was she the only one playing on the Thunderbirds team? Because...
Well, I kind of was going to imply that.
Right, okay.
Just that, like, that's what I was
Just
leading
go straight
into.
up to me.
I didn't actually want to say it.
58-37. That's 21 goals.
And
that tells you how much.
That's actually up there with the biggest scoreline difference of the season.
Well, that has to be one of the lowest scores someone's ever received. 37. Wants to get a bit of a call up.
You know, like,
there's space.
I feel really sorry for the Thunderbirds because they're pulling in some big imports, but it's not making a difference.
Well, maybe they need a bit of time.
We said that 2 years ago.
Lighting looking good.
And the Lightning defence.
Are we surprised?
No.
Are we surprised?
We're not.
Your friend Marwani, all our friends Pretorius. Yeah, and she's officially won the best player in the league now as well.
Carla Pretorius.
Yeah, that was on the netball scoop this week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So she's dominated the world of netball. Yeah.
So Lightning are top of the table. They are the Mind Premiers and
Thunder and the lightning. Does it
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
So, and they'll play the Swifts next week. And that brings us
This weekend.
This weekend.
It's this weekend.
This weekend.
It's 3 o'clock at the sunny coast. Unfortunately, we can't go.
Yep. Okay. Game of the round. Maggies, Vixens. This was what happened.
Okay,
so Maggies had to win all 4 quarters and they were in the finals.
Yeah.
Or they had to win 3 quarters and they were tied and then win the game by more than 7.
Okay.
So that was what they had to do. Yeah. They won a game by 11.
In the end, oh yes, they did.
They did.
Okay, so what happened is we know that the story with the Vixens is if they win the first quarter, they're the house down. Kimmy Rav played an awesome game. They shut down the Vixens' attacking front end, which is actually what has been their weapon in the past. Yeah. So Tegan Phillip, she's a weapon. Yeah. They shut her down. Your Katie Thwaites shut down. And Maloney and Watson. I mean, center and wing attack, that combo is crazy. They did a switcheroo. Which kind of helped. But, I mean, those two are just amazing. Cracker Jack shut down. And unfortunately, they've done it again. They come out strong at the beginning of the season and you think, oh, the Vixens are going to be such a good team. They're definitely going to be in the finals. Yeah. They get to the end and they get pipped at the post again. So they've got another chance this weekend.
And against the Maggies again.
Against the Pies again.
You know, that plays in their favour because, you know, they've played them 1 week. Can they change their game plan and change it up? But look, the whole Pies team played well. Medhurst. And I mean, Shimona, you know, didn't have the game of her life, but she's still, you know,
Medhurst.
Look, I am devastated that the Giants haven't made finals, but you know what? I'm glad that the Pies have finally pulled it together. Yeah. And I think
under such obscene circumstances,
because
Maddie Robinson, Kelsey Brown
now,
both out with ACLs, and then Rob Wright hasn't even been around for the last 3 games, and they're the last 3 games.
The last 3.
Where they've won.
Yeah. And I think some kudos needs to be given to those assistant coaches because they've really stepped up when need be. So, Good on the Pies, like, you know,
Boys.
and I think they're winning back some fans with their amazing gameplay that they've finally stepped up.
That's it.
So this weekend, they play each other again. Vixens at the old state netball centre, 3,000 people. So that'll be like the Zonkers and weirdly.
Yeah,
sold
that's on
out
Sunday
like
at 1 p.m. So I know where I'll be.
Whilst we're talking about Vixens and Pies, can the Vix turn it around in a week? Is the question.
All right, I would really like to see them turn it around, because I think if you look at their season, they really deserve to be in the grand final. But I just think that the Pies are on a high and
they're in a roll.
They're on a roll.
They're sweeping season.
It is, and I don't think that the Vixens are going to get it. And at the beginning of the season, when we had that Suncorp Teen Girls Cup,
Yeah.
who won?
Who won out of the Vixens and the Pies? There was the Pies.
It was the final was the Vixens and the Pies, and the Pies won.
I know.
And that was
That was the start.
That was the start of something new.
The start of something new.
Start of something new. Start of something new.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
So you think the Pies?
I'm thinking the Pies.
Jeepers. It's got to be much closer.
Should we eat pies while we watch the Pies? Because normally we eat chicken wings.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we might have to get some
Pull out
pies
the
out.
Pies. Yeah, that's
They
right.
won't be 4 and 20.
No.
Pies.
Look. This makes me sick almost. Like, I'm just almost sick that the Giants aren't there. But
Okay, you need to move on from the Giants situation.
I can't. Joe Hatton. Joe Hatton.
Hashtag with honey.
Just that's all I have to say. Palmy.
Oh,
We could have been eating
palmies.
palmies on the
We could
weekend.
have had palmies. That's a better game.
Yeah, exactly.
Snack game.
I'm getting excited for the sweeping season. Yeah, I'm on the Pies.
All right, so and what do we think
Then
about the
the
Lightning and the Swifts?
Major semi.
Major semi.
Lightning, Swifts.
Okay, I'm sorry, but when you got Knowles on your side,
Knowles.
you got to get the SHOT and her. And her.
That's your favourite quote.
That
of
is
the
my
season.
favourite call ever, and we're never going to hear that.
Again.
So I think the Lightning all the way. They're going to beat the Swifts.
And that means
it's going to be significant. They're going to go straight to the GF,
Shoot.
and then they're going to win whoever plays them in the GF, and they're going to take it out
3
for
times
the
in a row.
third time in a row.
Yeah.
It's going to be the sayonara for Knowles that she needs.
I would love for the Swifts to win. I can't see it, to be honest. I think they're playing well. I reckon it will be close. So, Lightning Prize final.
I'd love for that to happen. I'd love it to be a Lightning Pies final. That's what I've just said.
Think Lightning Swifts. It'll be Swifties again.
Okay.
Team of the week time. You go.
Okay, I'll go. Don't
Yeah.
look at me. Liz.
I've done mine already. Relax.
Okay, so goal shooter this week I've gone for DDs. Goal attack. Had a really good game. I mean, it's a really obvious one, and she's got Player of the Week second time in a row.
Yeah.
Aspras, the centre.
Yeah.
And I've gone with an old fave that hasn't really got much play in a while. And
Yeah,
definition.
she's so fit. Can she
Yeah.
just play one more season in ANZ and then do the whole come over?
Well, why doesn't she just give ANZ the old
Yeah,
flickaroo
the flick.
and
you know.
come over? And then, of course, goalkeeper, Leap. That's all I'm going to say. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Jiva.
Jeez. That's the name of her autobiography. If you didn't.
Oh, yeah, of course it is too, yeah. Goal shooter, I went with Babyface, Sammy Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
Goal attack, I agree, Nat Medhurst. Like, Gretel played well, and she won the net points, but Nat Medhurst stepped up
We just
fully.
we just love her. She's just.
I think I've loved her more since she moved to the Pies, to be honest. Yeah, I have. And wing attack, because it's the last time I can say Kim Green Machine.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Nevins.
Well, she did dominate as well, but
The
Green Machine. Centre, I agree, Ash Brazel. I love the defense. We love the defensive centres.
Yes, we do. It's
Gabby
there.
Simpson for defensive centre. Hashtag Gabby for defensive centre.
Yes, give her a go.
Yeah. Braz, and then speaking of wing defences, Parmenter.
No.
Goal defence, Carla.
Oh, Carla, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go up, to be honest.
Well, it's. I mean, I'm on the Carla bandwagon big time, but with
That's it. And get excited for the finals. We're excited.
Yep, let's get some pies.
Okay,
Get some
right.
pies. Sunday.
So that's another netball chat with Sam.
And Zac.
See ya.
I'm the king of the world, the Titanic. Remember how that?
Oh yeah.
You know, on the. Finals time.
Finals time.
What have we got?
Oh, she's been around for a while, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been a diamond.
Looking young and stuff, that's for sure.
But we know why. Everyone loves a good Botox injection.
Yeah, well, you're talking all this coming from you.
Yeah.
Erin, shout out to Erin Corliss,
Yeah.
number one Lightning fan.
Yeah.
She'll be there.
She'll be there.
Look out for her.
Because
She'll be on the
Jenna.
TV probably.
Yeah.
She always is.
Folklore record. She's kind of Shani Layton's double banner. So, yeah. So if it looks like there's Shani Layton sitting in the audience, it's not Shani. It's actually Erin. She's gonna love that segment, that shout out.
Bit of a shout out. Good old Les. I'd like to as well.
I would like to see the final.
So like, I did say it's sweeping season and I'm on the bandwagon. Anyway.